What's up guys, Hunter K here. Today we're making chawanmushi. Chawanmushi traditionally is a steamed egg custard dish. It is made most often by combining eggs with dashi from kombu and bonito flakes. Most people in Japan have their chawanmushi filled with ingredients like shiitake, fish cakes, and ginkgo nuts, garnished with a mitsuba leaf. I'm from Canada where it's harder to find some of these ingredients. Today I'll be using local ingredients with traditional techniques to recreate the chawanmushi. Alright, and now that we got that covered, let's go to the kitchen. First off, I'll make the dashi, an essential part of the dish which gives the chawanmushi its distinct texture and flavor from the kombu and bonito flakes. Making dashi is a very time-consuming task, so there are useful alternatives like powdered stock. Now, in order to make dashi, you'll first need a pot of cold water and kombu, raising the temperature of the dashi not to a boil but to just barely a simmer for the next hour. It'll introduce the flavors from the kombu in a very gentle manner. In the meantime, let's prepare the other ingredients. Now I got my hands on some frozen edamame. These soybeans will be cooked together with the chawanmushi later on, so these soybeans do not require any cooking method beforehand. You can either pop the edamame out, or because my edamame was a little dry, I peeled the pods instead. The king oyster mushroom has fibers running along here, and without a long cooking method to break down the fibers or making incisions with a knife, it may be hard to chew on. The cap of the mushroom is a lot more tender, and if I could put it in other words, it would be like saying the cap of the mushroom is like the tenderloin of the beef. These are called deveined tiger prawns, but are actually only partially deveined, and I'll get to that later on. The shell on these are usually easy to remove, and you can remove the tail shell just by slightly tugging on it. And this is where we take a deeper dive into these so-called deveined prawns. It's just partially deveined, and if we open up to the anus, there is clearly a lot more of that gritty, sandy, unappealing stuff to it. So we'll take this now properly deveined prawn and give it a quick poach in salted simmering water for a couple of minutes. Because my prawns are at a larger size, I'll slice it in half and cut it into smaller pieces. After waiting about an hour for the kombu and the water to get to know each other, the kombu can now be removed. Then we'll take the bonito flakes in small batches and sprinkle it around the dashi. The bonito flakes will gradually lower to the bottom of the pot. Start by slowly scooping out the dashi from the top, being careful to not touch the bonito flakes too much. Then once you are close to the bottom of the pan, slowly pour out the remainder of the dashi. The reason why the careful steps are being taken is to ensure the dashi can remain as clear as possible. When you have clarity in soup, it's easy for the palate to be able to discern the ingredients versus when there are many bits and pieces of food that you can't identify. And with the dashi finished, it's time to put everything together. You'll need 1 large egg for a single serving of chawanmushi. Beat the egg up like you would for anything else and strain it. This process is required to remove the chalaza for a much smoother texture, as it does not combine so easily with the rest of the egg. The ratio for chawanmushi is 1 strained egg to 2 dashi, so in this case I have 200 ml of strained egg, so I'll take 400 ml of dashi. The chawanmushi is then traditionally flavored with light soy and mirin. This part really depends on how strong one would like the flavors to be. I like my flavors a bit on the lighter side, so I went with a 1:30 ratio. 600 ml of egg mixture to 20 ml of mirin and light soy sauce, and combine it together. I put all my toppings together for the chawanmushi and gave it one good stir one more time to ensure the egg mixture stays properly mixed. Then I took it to the steamer and I steamed it for the next 8 minutes. The chawanmushi is finished when the egg mixture has solidified. I then garnished the chawanmushi with some ikura and shrimp and had someone taste test it.
おいしいすごいテクスチャーがとても美味しい。ただ、いい一つ。なんだっけ、いくら合わないと思う。
Alright, so as far as I can tell, ikura doesn't go that well with the chawanmushi. Probably tobiko works a lot better. I just wanted to give it a shot, see how it goes. It was a nice change in taste since it is a little salty and it gives a nice little pop, but the rawness of the ikura, or maybe it was just my ikura, didn't go very well with the chawanmushi itself. The shrimp, the edamame, and the king oyster mushroom went really well with the chawanmushi. It gave a really nice change in flavor. And you can add a lot of other vegetables in there like shiitake and spinach and like the traditional ginkgo. And as for the proteins, I'm sure there's things like chicken and fish that you can use as well. And I know for sure that those go well with the chawanmushi itself. If there are any other ingredients that you'd like to put in there, let me know down in the comments section below. Anyways, as always, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. See ya.